On the Sunday morning, we are speaking with Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz of Weston, chair of the DNC. We're going to get to Iran and Israel in just a second. I've got to ask you tomorrow. I am told, I've read in the Wall Street Journal that Mr. Obama is going to unveil the budget for the coming fiscal year. And the journal says, quote, it resists sweeping cuts to government programs, preserves the structure of Medicare and Medicaid, and calls for close to $1.5 trillion in tax increases on higher income Americans over 10 years. Have you seen this budget, and is sort of taxing well-to-do people, is that sort of the mantra here for the next 10 months until the election?
Since the president is rolling it out tomorrow, I have not seen the budget. As a member of Congress, they don't generally give us a preview ahead of time, but I think we can expect that President Obama's budget will reflect what he's been pushing for over 2 years now, which is to make sure that when we focus on deficit reduction, when we focus on continuing to get our fiscal house in order, that we strike a balance between budget cuts, which we absolutely need to do on programs that are no longer necessary or that are not efficient, and making sure that everyone plays by the same rules, that we close tax loopholes, that we make sure that we incentivize companies who are shipping jobs overseas to create them here.
And Republicans are going to say, this is just redistribution of wealth. I mean, we can hear the mantra coming.
Everyone in America deserves an opportunity to be successful, not just people who already are, and that's what President Obama's budget will reflect.
All right, let's move on here to a huge concern for this country and for the administration, for everyone in the Middle East, and that is the development of nuclear weapons by Iran. They continue, we can see, to move towards that. They may allow some international inspectors to come in, but who knows if they'll ever have access to the real places where...
They have IAEA inspectors there now, but we believe that they are pressing forward towards a nuclear weapon.
All right, so... about 2 weeks ago, Leon Panetta, Secretary of Defense, told the Washington Post he thinks in April, May, or June, Israel may launch the attack against these nuclear facilities. Is that attack imminent at that time?
Well, there really isn't a way to tell, and some of it is classified information. I'm not fully privy to all of that, but with the information that I have, the good news for us is that between the United States and Israel, we have the closest security cooperation that we have ever had between our two countries. Each of our military leadership works integrally every single day, and so those decisions, I mean, Israel will make their own, they're a sovereign nation, they'll make their own decision.
Yeah, but they're not going to launch, they're not going to launch an attack of this magnitude without the U.S. signing off or even, in a way, taking part, would they?
Because we are such incredibly close partners, particularly on security, but on so many other issues, our alliance is so strong. It is incredibly important that we continue to work with Israel on making sure that we do everything we can economically, diplomatically, and then, as President Obama has repeatedly said, leaving no options off the table so that we can prevent and deter and prevent a nuclear-armed Iran.
Well,
that will continue.
I think everyone in this country wants that that goal, not a nuclear-armed Iran.
That's right.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz, always fun to talk with you. Thanks for coming in, and we'll mix it up another time pretty soon, I'm sure. All right. Up next, there was a big